my God, look at how great everyone is that's not in a Kings uniform.
This is LA Kings Fan Talk with your boys, Rodney, Rob, Darren, and Joe.
What's up, Kings fans? Kings win back-to-back games in the shootout. Darren, what are your thoughts on the Kings recently?
I think we've played well enough to get points. Our struggle is right now finishing. I think we've had plenty of opportunities, and I haven't seen like the advanced stats, the expected goals or whatever. But I bet we're probably pretty high in both these last two games, and we're just not finishing our goals. But glad we got 2 points out of both those games. Kind of unexpected against Boston, especially being down by 2 going into the third. Kind of a nice little comeback there. And then tonight, I think we just kind of held on. We're a lot of hockey the last couple of weeks, so need this couple of days of rest coming up.
What do you think, Rob?
Win's a win. Don't care. It's funny. Darren's kind of singing a little there. Not finishing. We're tired. We got back-to-back wins, baby. What are you talking about? Back-to-back wins. And but if we finish and score 9 goals and lose, let's just fire everybody and send down goalies and we're terrible. I mean, what is it?
No. I'm just talking about the couple opportunities. I mean, look at Kaliev. He wants that one back that he had tonight. Stuff like that, where we're just not quite. I mean, even the one in overtime with both Danault and Arvidsson.
Look at the 18 people that didn't score. All it took was 2, right?
Yeah.
Two people scored. Shootout win. Get the 2 points. 5 games above 500.
One of those people just recently signed a contract. What do you think about that contract, Rob?
We do. This is our first one since then, right?
That's right.
Well, people. I'm every contract when it's signed, I'm always just leery of it. It's money paid. I'm very stingy. When Danault got signed, I thought it was for too long. When Iafallo was signed, I definitely don't like how much we're paying him. And now Trevor gets about the same amount as Iafallo, and I think Trevor is better than Iafallo. So, but I still think it's, like I said in our text, it's about 300,000, just a smidgen too much.
So
maybe.
So stingy. Hey, well,
but see, I have numbers to back that up. I mean, you
do, but you said every time a contract is signed, you're not happy with it. But I'm pretty sure you were happy with that 1-year Mikey Anderson contract. Am I right?
Oh, well, yeah, that's what we said last time, right?
Right.
But I got a whole list of guys, and I wanted to ask Darren this too. I was going to just start naming off guys. Who would you rather have? This guy and this guy, or Iafallo and more? And it seemed like they're just $4 million for what I would think are third line guys on a lot of other teams. Just a smidgen, and I'm nitpicking here. I'm talking smidgen. And then right now, what I'm hearing in the back of my head is our old pal Mikey going, well, we got to overpay because we're LA and not a lot of people want to come here, so we got to overpay.
It's that California tax bracket you got to think about.
Yeah, and I literally mean it's a smidgen, but if you got 4 or 5 guys that you're paying 300,000 too much per year, well, that's a 1.5 million. That could make or break someone else's deal there, But like I said, nitpicking. But I'm happy because I am a Trevor Moore fan. I love hometown heroes. all that stuff. Just and he plays the type of hockey I like watching. It's always upbeat. It's always energetic. He's easy to root for. Real easy to root for.
Agreed. How much are we overpaying for Mike Richards this year?
Exactly.
Darren, what'd you think about the contract?
I think Rob said it. Like it's just a smidge too much. It's probably like a year and a couple thousand or a couple 100,000 too much. Like if it was like 4 years, if it was 4-4, I'd probably be a little bit happier about it. But my problem with Trevor Moore is he's a little bit faster Iafallo. So it's like, you know, he doesn't quite finish just like Iafallo doesn't. Like he has the same qualities. He plays well defensively, takes care of his own end first. He's a little bit faster, and you know, he's basically Iafallo, which is not a bad thing. It's just like Rob said, are we paying that guy? Do you want to pay that guy $4 million, or do you want to try and find that guy for 2.5? You know what I mean?
Maybe they signed him specifically for shootouts. I'm not sure.
Maybe he's got us two. He's got us 4 points this year, right?
Yep.
Or 2 points technically.
Hey Rob, didn't you want to talk about Trevor Moore's interview on NHL Network?
Okay. While we're on Trevor Moore, sure. So he goes on just the other day, right after the signing and after he wins the shootout, the last game. And on the NHL Network, there's Reed, the host, and Grimson is doing the interview, and they each ask him a question, and then they go back through and they each ask him another question. And the two questions Stu Grimson asked him, just, I don't know, a little cringy, maybe, just that he is a Southern California guy that's played in both Anaheim and LA.
Right.
And he goes, Trevor Moore, you grew up right down the street in Sherman Oaks, and go down Sepulveda Boulevard
Sherman
and
Oaks.
blah blah blah. And he's and asks him the question, and the great kid that Trevor is, he sits there and says, well, yeah, it's Thousand Oaks, but and then it's really nice having the support, blah blah blah, and finishes the question. And I'm like, okay, Stu, I'll let you get away with that one, because who knows what Oaks? There's so many Oaks around here, You get them mixed up, and it was just maybe a slip of the tongue, no big deal.
And he might have a little CTE at this stage,
Sure. But then they go around, and then it's his question again, and then he leads the question with, you're playing with some really good teammates, a great two-way center, Philip Daniel, and Alex Iafallo. Can you talk a little bit about your line mates there? And I'm like, he played with Alex Iafallo while Victor Arvidsson was having a baby, but that's like, do they even watch? Does anybody even watch West Coast hockey? Or are they all asleep and they just checked the box score from the night before and say, oh, okay, he played with Alex Iafallo, that must be his line mate? I don't know.
I'm thinking it's the latter. What do you think, Darren?
Yeah, probably just did some probably some stats guy was like, oh yeah, he plays with Deneau and Iafallo, and he tried to throw the Montreal accent on it, but poorly. And just...
Yeah, I'm not even mad at that he called him Daniel. Yeah, that's, who gives a crap about pronunciations? We're the worst of them all, right? But just to just say that Alex Iafallo has been his line, it's not. It's been Victor Arvidsson for a season and a half now, right?
Right.
But it just goes to show more Rodney Dangerfield, no respect stuff that the Kings get from anyone that's calls himself hockey people.
All right, let's talk about Spence. What do you guys think of his game tonight? Darren.
I mean, I think he played pretty well. I mean, drew a penalty, didn't have too many, like, anything that was like terrible on the defensive end. I mean, I don't remember exactly what I said, but I was thinking about it tonight. I think he could be, like, if they got rid of Jersey, he would be a nice fill-in for him just easily, because he's what could he do? 80% of his offense, and maybe 50% of his mistakes, and be a net positive. So
they clocked one of his slap shots today at like 97 point something. I don't think Jersey's ever shot it that hard, ever. Just throwing that out there.
Well-
But let's say a GM calls you, Darren, and says, "Hey, we're putting this trade together, but we want one of either Spence or Jersey. You choose. Who would you choose to get rid of or to trade?"
I'd probably try and get rid of Jersey just because I think he has. He probably makes the other parts of your trade, like the value, go down. Like, or those parts have to be less valuable, and his contract's a little bit more. He's a little older. Like, just all those steps. Plus,
It's not what he was asking. He's just basically asking you everything's. You got to get rid of one. Doesn't matter anything else.
I'd keep Spence.
Okay.
What do you think, Rob?
Well, yeah, I agree with keep Spence 100%. What I'm not agreeing with is the 80%. So you think Jersey is offensively more gifted than Spence? And it's okay to think this one. This isn't outrageous for you to think that, Darren.
I think he is just a little bit.
That's outrageous.
I mean,
how can you think that? Oh my God, Spence is so slick.
he's good. I think, to be fair, we haven't seen Spence run an NHL power play, and we have seen Jersey do that, and he is basically led that unit to, what were we at one point, like,
Right.
50% for over a couple games. So
No, and I'm just teasing you, but I think maybe there's a little too much weight on what he's doing on the power play for that little bit of time because it hasn't been anymore.
True.
I'm
they've been running that.
I'm
that
officially
Kopitar
a
line.
little irritated that our power play has disappeared. But I think I don't know. I just think Spence is better than Jersey, and the sad part is, I know people hate this, but Clark's better than both of them. So
Darren's biting his tongue over there. Look at that. He's like,
No, I mean, I think they're all really close because they're all basically the same type of guy. They're offensively leaning defensemen. I think Spence he's smaller. I think he's smaller than both of them. I don't know. I
yes,
don't have
yes,
their
Spence is
measurables.
smaller than both of them.
But he doesn't play too small, but he also, like, he uses his feet well, whereas I don't think Jersey uses his feet to get out of, like, or if he tries to, he coughs it up, you know what I mean? So, and I just don't think we've seen enough of Clark at the NHL level to say, 100% he's the guaranteed best of all those yet. He will be, but right now I don't know if I would say that.
Well, I've seen enough to have the opinion of it that just as much. I've seen just as much Clark play as I have Jersey run a power play.
Sure.
So, because we're giving Jersey all the praise in the world about how he's running the power play, and literally it was only a 12 game stretch that we were really fantastic. It has come to a screeching halt right now.
I blame your boy, Kaliev. He's a little snake bit right now.
I don't necessarily blame him. He snake bit a bit, but I've been noticing Jersey's been playing keep away. He doesn't want to pass him the puck as much as he was during that 12 game stretch. He keeps looking him off or throwing it the other way.
I think Kaliev
he has learned
shots recently.
Jersey has learned a little bit from his mistakes. So, like, the last few seconds of the game, went behind the net, and he stopped it. He didn't try to pass it out to anybody. Waited for the time to expire. So that was something. What do you guys think about the new lines they rolled out tonight against the Sharks? What do you think, Rob?
So of the 33 listeners we get, I
35.
know at least a third of them are IFfollow fans. And even though I praised him just the other time, I don't want him in the top 6. I just don't. I love him on the third line. I really do love him on the third line. But we have put him on that second line right now. I saw him with Kopitar on one of the mumbo jumbo lines and stuff. I don't want him in the top 6. So the lines that we're throwing out there, I'm perfectly okay with Kopitar, Kempe, and Fiala. I'm okay with Kaliev being demoted off of that top line. And when I say I'm okay with things, it doesn't mean that's what I want, but I am okay with them demoting Kaliev, but not at the expense of putting Iafallo in the top six.
What do you think, Darren?
Yeah, I think I would have liked to have seen either Velarde or Arvidsson play in that second line role. I think either one of them would have been nice instead of Iafallo. But I mean, gotten 2 points. I was really surprised he actually changed up the lines. I know we added Arvidsson, but I was kind of surprised he did as much, finagling as he did, because normally McClellan is like we win. My roster is in ink. We don't change things. So, but yeah. I mean, I wish we could have had a righty up there, but I don't think there's not much we could do about it. So.
I know Kaliev and Velarde are kind of struggling right now, but so I'm cool with them moving them down in the lineup, but I do not like either one of them being on the fourth line. It just makes no sense to me.
Yeah, the only problem with that is if you put them off the fourth line, then you have to move. Who do you move down? You know what I mean? Who are you putting on the fourth line instead?
Put them both on the third line.
Okay, but who plays the fourth line? Because we have. It's almost like we have 10 top 9 forwards. So who do you play on the fourth line there?
Right. And that's, remember we talked about that last time when I said,
Yep.
and especially when Byfield comes back and stuff like that, someone has to play the fourth line. And I sat there and just said, okay, so Kaliev plays the fourth line where he was. Lemieux skating, by the way. Speaking of fourth lines, Lemieux skated today. So when there's going to be options all over the place. We'll see what happens.
He's going to draw back in the lineup. I know Todd doesn't like the softness of our team right now, so he'll draw back in.
Okay. So can I ask you a question, Rodney? I want to move on to a major topic. I know how much of a Quick fan you are. I know you know how much of a Quick fan I am. But Phoenix, Copley. Do we win these last 2 games if Quick is in net?
Maybe, but most likely not.
Ouch.
He's just, with our condensed schedule and how much he's been playing, it's just too much for him at his age. I mean, he's close to our age, Rob. You know what I'm saying? So
yes. Darren, has Phoenix Copley, just in the 4-and-run record that he has put together, has he created a goaltender situation in LA right now?
I don't know if he's created a situation. I think they're going to ride the hot hand. And even though I don't even think he played bad in Buffalo. I think the team in front of him kind of imploded. He's had one bad period of hockey, I think. Ride the hot hand, let him play well, let Quick get some rest. And I mean, I've said it all along. We're going to be at our best when it's Quick is playing every 4 days and whoever else is playing, maybe a couple other times this season, a couple more times throughout the year. So keep Quick fresh. Come playoff time when he's at his best, let him play.
Are we mad? Are we mad at that third period? Not because we lost. Because whether it's 1-0 or 6-0, right? What's the difference? But was there a bit of a I quit? And are we pissed about it?
There was a bit of I quit for me, but I stuck through it and still watched. What were you saying, Darren?
I was gonna say, I mean, there was any I quit, it was washed away in Boston when we came back from a 2-0
right
deficit.
And that was the saving grace. So the abortion third period in Buffalo, and then the first 2 periods in Boston. I was telling my brother, it's my father's birthday tomorrow, but we're celebrating tonight. And I was telling my brother, I typed out a tweet during that Boston game, somewhere along the lines of I quit. I need a break. I'm so frustrated right now. And then I erased it. I hit the back button and just started playing a video game on my phone, and And then all of a sudden, boom, Kings score. I'm like, all right, yeah, all right, we're back. Okay. And then we scored again, and it was just so roller coaster-ish. It's just nuts right now. And
That's our season in a nutshell. Roller coaster.
it was good. It's good reaction. And would I've liked to have won both those games in regulation to kind of, to feel a little better about it, because a lot of people hate the shootout. Think it's
Right.
somewhat of a circus, but we got 2 points and 2 points. And so we ended up, the question before we left was how many points are we going to get in those 4 games? I think we all decided 6 was going to be a good number. We ended up with 5, right?
We did. We did.
And we won back-to-back games, because we also sat there and said that means we win back-to-back games.
That's right.
And it happened.
We did it. Merry Christmas
it
early.
was the first time. It was the first time we won back-to-back since that Chicago game. Well, I don't even remember what date it was on, but it was like beginning of November, right? Something like that. So
I was just
Okay.
going to bring up watching a Red Wings Senators game earlier, and listening to the old men that do the Red Wings, their play-by-play and color guy, and they're homerish, of course, but they were very complimentary of Ottawa. They're talking about how good of a forward Giroux still is, and what a stud Kachuk was. But the way they did it didn't sound like they were swinging from their nuts in any way at all. It was just Kachuk took the puck right to the net. Goalie saves, and the first words out of the announcer's mouth is, "Great save by Husso." It was Husso in that. "Great save by Husso. What a save." And then the color guy goes, "Man, Kachuk really made something out of nothing there." Nice, not with intonation, not with amazement. But no, if it was Faust, it was, "Oh my God, look at how great everyone is that's not in a King's uniform." Oh my God, so annoying.
I don't know. I mean, I don't necessarily see it. I think again, I've said it before. I think he's a good broadcaster, and he would be good on national TV. I see a little bit of what Rob says in that he plays both sides, and it's hard as a Kings fan. I could understand that a little bit, but I mean, at the end of the day, I just like to have a good announcer, So,
And so you're disappointed then?
putting words in my mouth.
All right. Next game. We got the Ducks.
Ooh, we're talking schedule?
Tuesday night. Ducks, 7:30. Who's going? Anybody going? I'm not. I'll be in Vegas. I think you're headed to Vegas right after me, right, Rob?
Yeah, I'll be in Vegas again, all the way up till Christmas Eve.
All right, let's talk about up to Christmas Eve. We got the Ducks Tuesday night. We got the Flames Thursday night. Coyotes Friday night. Let's do it again. Potential of 6 points there. How many points do we get, Darren?
All 6.
Wow. I like it, Darren. Rob, what do you think?
I'm normally the reserved one, so
I'm going to go. We beat the Ducks. We beat the Flames in overtime. And we pull one out against Coyote. Yeah, all 6. Yeah, I'm right there with you.
With one overtime.
Win streak, baby.
With Trevor Moore potting the shootout winner in that overtime.
No,
in the shootout.
two overtimes. It might go overtime with Coyotes as well, just because it's on the back-to-back. They might be looking forward to an entire weekend off. I'm hoping that's not the case, but
All right.
Still getting 6 points though.
I'm trying to. I'm gonna have to go 6 too. But here's the bigger question: those 3 games. How many games will Copley be in? How many games will Quick be in? Darren.
2 for Copley, 1 for Quick. I think he'll play Anaheim and probably Calgary, and let Quick play against Coyotes and take the slight, and he'll go pitch a shutout or something. So
All right.
does that count as a jinx, Rob, if I say it now? Or
No.
No. There's no such thing as a jinx, don't you guys? Come on. You don't listen to Jim Fox?
You don't think you don't knowing the way things go. Copley's in net against the Ducks, and then he throws Quick in against the Flames.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking Quick will play versus the Flames instead of the Coyotes.
We'll see.
But
We will see.
We'll see.
Yep.
I don't think Peterson will play any of those 3 games. Just throwing that out there.
how many more games does Spence play? Does Walker see the ice if Spence is playing well, or adequately, or above average like he did tonight? I don't know what word you would want to call it.
No idea on that one. But I do like Spence in the lineup. I'll say that.
Yeah, I like him better than Walker.
All right. Anything else, anyone? About ready to hop
Do you
in
guys
my
see?
car?
Do you guys see? I didn't see if there's any update on it, but Byfield was apparently hurt in tonight's game.
Yeah. I didn't see it, but I read about it really quick.
I watched the first 2 periods, actually. Second period ended right when the Kings started. And it was teddy bear toss, and it was 0-0. I didn't get to see the teddy bear toss live. But apparently, sometime in that third period, both Turcotte and Byfield were both banged up.
Right.
Is this going to be the way of both of them? Is it going to define both of them?
Is this because Jacob Doty's still out of the lineup? Is that what's going on?
I don't know. I don't know what happened. We're going to have to do some research to find out how bad they're hurt.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, boys. Anything else? Till next time.
No, I wish we could just talk forever.
Yeah, me too. Let's do a show from Vegas, Rob.
You want it?
Yeah, we'll work it out. We'll have to do one from Vegas. That'd be cool. You always stay in suites too, so we could just
Who always stays in suites?
you. That's what I'm saying. So we could do it from one of your suites.
Not me. That's for rich people.
All right, we'll do it from Joe's suite.
Has Joe just been traveling? Is that why he hasn't been with us?
Yeah, he's a traveling man. He's out.
He's the rich one.
Yeah,
he's the rich one of the group.
He's the
guys.
man with the money. All right, Kings fans, that's our show for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And what else, Rob?
And share. Let's shout out to my nephew Ben.
Nice. All right, y'all stay classy. Go Kings, go.
Go Kings.
Boy.